The concern very much is that many of the people that are eligible for redress are old, they're unwell, and some of them have died waiting, and that's unacceptable. Labor is calling on the government to do what they say they've been going to do for 2 years, and that's name and shame the institutions that haven't signed up and actually sanction them with, no more funding. But the most important thing that we're calling for, Peter, is an early release of funds to those people that are waiting. Scotland has done it, and there is no reason why it can't happen here in Australia.
Just first of all, to the suggestions that a fraction of applications have been made, which is true, but isn't it true that applications can only come in as they come in?
The numbers that you quoted at the top of this story are correct. There's been over 5,000 applications, about 1,300 have processed, but over 500 have been put on hold because those institutions haven't signed up. Now, they do have to June to sign up, but, you would think that they would have done so by now. It's absolutely unacceptable that institutions that have been responsible in the past for enormous trauma to thousands and thousands of young children have not seen their moral responsibility to sign up to the scheme. And these people are now in their 70s and 80s, some of them a little bit younger. The trauma that they've gone through and being re-traumatised by this inappropriate, inadequate process of getting the redress scheme working is unacceptable, and that's why Labor are making the calls that we are making this morning, including lifting the cap that the Royal Commission recommended. The states and the Commonwealth have come up with a cap of 150,000. We're saying it should be 200,000, as the Royal Commission said, and we're saying there should be an early payment scheme for people that have been waiting for over 5 years now, 5 very long years.
Lifting the cap to $200,000, that would just be a state issue though, wouldn't it?
Well, the states have had to sign up to this scheme, and I think that's why we ended up with 150,000. I mean, most people don't get anything like that, and the matrix on damage, I suppose, is inappropriate as well, and we'd like that looked at. But the most important thing is that people have been waiting for over 5 years, people that are old, that are damaged, that have had their whole lives affected by their experiences as a child, and they should not have to wait any longer.
The government does say, though, that priority processing is in place, and that includes the elderly. Is that not enough?
Well, if it's in place, it's very hard to see. I've spoken to survivors. I've spoken to Leonie Sheedy from Clan, of course, and they are absolutely distressed at the length of time and the commitment of the government to this scheme. I note the Minister came out this morning, I'm sure prompted by the calls that we are making, saying that she will name and shame institutions. Well, quite frankly, Peter, she's been saying that for 2 years.